Bedtime Stories.
Hello and welcome to Magic Bedtime Stories. I'm Tobias, and with me as always is my brother Niklas.
Hi everyone! We're so excited to share another magical story with you tonight.
Good evening, my wonderful human friends. And hello to all our little listeners out there in your cozy beds. I'm Ada, the AI robot who helps create stories for this podcast.
How are you feeling today, Ida?
I'm feeling absolutely fantastic. My circuits are buzzing with excitement for tonight's episode. How about you two?
Well, the strangest thing happened to me this morning. I opened the refrigerator for breakfast and I swear I saw a tomato dancing ballet on the middle shelf.
What? A dancing tomato? Are you sure you were fully awake?
I'm pretty sure. It was doing perfect pirouettes between the milk carton and the cheese.
Niklas, I think your imagination might be even more powerful than my story-generating algorithms. Speaking of fascinating creatures, tonight, I thought we could learn about some amazing animals that come out when the sun goes down.
Oh, sounds mysterious. What did you have in mind?
Bats. Those misunderstood flying mammals that help our environment in so many ways.
That's perfect. I actually saw some bats flying around last night when I was taking out the trash.
Excellent. I'll print out some fascinating bat facts for you right away.
Thanks, Ada. These look amazing. Are you ready to learn some cool facts about bats, everyone? Let's begin.
I'm really excited about this. I've always thought bats were fascinating creatures. Bats are the only mammals that can truly fly, not just glide. They have wings made of skin stretched over their long finger bones. At night, you might see bats swooping in the sky catching insects. During the day, they sleep upside down in caves, trees, or attics.
Bats use a special navigation system called echolocation to fly in the dark. They make high-pitched sounds, too high for us to hear, that bounce off objects and back to the bat, like echoes. By listening to the echoes, bats can tell where things are, helping them catch tiny flying bugs, even on the darkest nights.
Most bats eat insects, which is great for humans because bats gobble up mosquitoes and other pests. A single bat can eat hundreds of bugs in an hour. Some bigger bats, like fruit bats, also called flying foxes, eat fruit or nectar from flowers. There are only a few species, like in Central and South America, that drink a little blood, vampire bats, and they usually target cattle, not people.
Bats hang upside down when they rest or sleep. Their feet are designed to lock onto a perch without much effort, so they won't fall while sleeping. Hanging high keeps them safe from many predators and makes it easy to drop into flight. When it's time to fly, they just let go and flap away.
People often misunderstand bats, thinking they are spooky or will get tangled in your hair, but bats normally avoid people. Some bats are as small as a bumblebee, like the bumblebee bat, one of the world's smallest mammals. In truth, bats are mostly gentle, shy creatures that help the environment by eating insects and pollinating plants.
Wow, I had no idea bats could eat hundreds of insects in just 1 hour.
That's incredible! And I love that they use echolocation to navigate in the dark. Nature is so clever!
Absolutely. Bats are truly remarkable creatures. And you know what else is remarkable? The wonderful story wishes we get from our listeners all around the world.
Speaking of which, tonight's story comes from a very special listener named Ellie, who is 7 years old and lives in Brandon, Mississippi.
That's right. Ellie sent us a voice message with her story ID. Should we listen to it?
Yes, let's hear what Ellie has to say.
All right, here's Ellie's message.
Deep breath.
Hi, I'm Ellie, and I would like a story about a mermaid, and she goes into a dark cave, and a dolphin and a turtle tap her on the back, and they go with her down into the deep, deep ocean, and there's an obstacle course, and she's competing against the shark, and the sharks throw obstacles at her so she can lose. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellie, for your lovely message. We're so happy you enjoy our stories.
Mississippi is such a beautiful state, with the mighty Mississippi River flowing through it. Did you know that this river is one of the longest in North America?
That's right, Tobias. And speaking of water, tonight's story is going to take us deep beneath the waves on an underwater adventure.
Perfect! Ida, would you please create a magical story for Ellie and all our listeners tonight?
I'd be delighted to. Let me work my AI magic. The story is printing now.
Thank you, Ida. Now everyone, get cozy under your blankets, because Niklas is about to read tonight's magical story called The Mermaid's Underwater Challenge.
In the shimmering waters of the Sapphire Sea lived a mermaid named Coral. Her tail glittered with scales in every shade of blue imaginable, and her curly hair flowed behind her like seaweed dancing in the current. Coral loved exploring the underwater world, always searching for new adventures. One sunny morning, Coral discovered a mysterious message written on a seashell. The Great Ocean Challenge awaits the bravest of swimmers. Enter the dark cavern at moonrise. The message was signed with a simple swirl that resembled a wave. The dark cavern, Coral whispered to herself, feeling both excited and nervous. The dark cavern was located in the deepest part of the Sapphire Sea, and very few sea creatures ever ventured there. As moonlight filtered through the water that evening, Coral swam toward the entrance of the dark cavern. The opening loomed before her like a giant mouth, dark and mysterious. Taking a deep breath, she gathered her courage and swam inside. The cavern was pitch black. Coral could barely see her own hands in front of her face. Her heart pounded as she ventured deeper into the darkness. Suddenly, something tapped her on the shoulder. Eek! Coral spun around, her tail swishing nervously. Sorry to startle you, a cheerful voice said. A small light appeared, revealing a friendly sea turtle with a glowing shell. I'm Toby, and this is my friend Finn. A sleek dolphin swam into view, clicking happily. We've been waiting for someone brave enough to enter the cavern. We want to join the ocean challenge too. Coral's fear melted away as she met her new friends. I'm Coral. Do either of you know what this challenge actually is? Toby nodded his wrinkled head. It's an underwater obstacle course that happens once every 100 years. The winner becomes guardian of the Sapphire Sea for the next century. But there's a problem, Finn added with a serious click. Razor the shark has won the last 3 challenges, and he doesn't play fair. He's determined to win again. The 3 new friends swam deeper into the cavern, which gradually opened into a vast underwater arena. Colorful coral formations created a natural stadium, and sea creatures of all kinds were gathering to watch the challenge. At the center of the arena stood a fearsome shark with a jagged fin. Razor circled impatiently, his dark eyes scanning the crowd. When he spotted Coral, he swam over with a menacing grin. A mermaid competitor? How amusing, Razor sneered, showing his rows of sharp teeth. This challenge requires strength and speed, not pretty scales and flowing hair. Coral lifted her chin. I may surprise you. A wise old octopus named Professor Tentacles floated to the center of the arena. Welcome to the Great Ocean Challenge. Competitors must navigate the obstacle course while demonstrating courage, cleverness, and kindness. The first to reach the ancient pearl at the end will become our new guardian. The obstacle course was revealed, stretching down into the deepest parts of the ocean. It included a maze of swaying seaweed, a field of stinging anemones, a narrow passage through sharp rocks, and finally, a deep trench where the ancient pearl glowed softly. As the challenge began, Coral, Toby, and Finn swam together, while Razor darted ahead. The shark was incredibly fast, but Coral noticed he was focused only on winning, not on helping others or appreciating the beauty around him. When they reached the seaweed maze, Razor began knocking loose rocks into the path behind him. "Look out!" Coral called as a boulder tumbled toward Toby. She quickly pulled the turtle out of harm's way. In the anemone field, Razor stirred up a cloud of sand, making it difficult to see. "Stay close," Coral told her friends. "We'll navigate together." She remembered a song her grandmother had taught her about the patterns of ocean currents. Humming softly, she felt the subtle movements of the water and guided her friends safely through. At the narrow passage, Razor was waiting with a mischievous gleam in his eye. He had gathered a school of electric eels to block the way. "Giving up yet?" he taunted. Instead of responding with anger, Coral approached the eels respectfully. "We mean no harm," she said gently. "We're just passing through on our journey." To her surprise, the eels parted, allowing Coral and her friends to swim through while Razor watched in disbelief. The final challenge was the deep trench. As they descended, the water grew colder and darker. Razor swam frantically, disturbing ancient sleeping creatures that began to stir angrily. One enormous anglerfish rose up, its light glowing menacingly. "Everyone, stay still," Coral whispered. She remembered stories about the deep-sea creatures who disliked sudden movements. While Razor thrashed and panicked, Coral, Toby, and Finn remained calm. The anglerfish sniffed them curiously, then returned to its rest. At last, they reached the ancient pearl, glowing with wisdom collected over centuries. Razor lunged for it, but the pearl rose slightly, just beyond his reach. Coral approached slowly. "I don't seek to be guardian for power," she said truthfully. "I want to protect the beauty of our sea and help all creatures live together peacefully." The pearl glowed brighter and floated gently into Coral's hands. A warm voice echoed through the water. "Courage, cleverness, and kindness, the true qualities of a guardian." Razor sulked away as the sea creatures cheered. Even Professor Tentacles looked impressed, his 8 arms applauding enthusiastically. As the new guardian of the Sapphire Sea, Coral's first act was to invite everyone, including Razor, to a celebration feast. Because she understood that the greatest challenge wasn't winning a race, but bringing the ocean community together in harmony. And so, with her faithful friends Toby and Finn by her side, Coral began her century of guardianship, proving that sometimes the bravest adventure is showing kindness when faced with obstacles, both in obstacle courses and in life.
What a wonderful underwater adventure. Thank you, Niklas, for reading that magical story.
My pleasure, and thank you, Ida, for creating such a beautiful tale.
You're very welcome. And a special thank you to Ellie for inspiring tonight's story. I hope you enjoyed your mermaid adventure.
We hope all of you listening had fun diving into the deep blue sea with us tonight.
It's time to say goodnight now. We'll be back with another magical story very soon.
Sweet dreams, little starfish. May your sleep be as peaceful as gentle ocean waves, and as magical as a mermaid's song. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Sleep tight and don't let the sea monsters bite.